Welcome, everybody. Welcome into This Is a Shoot. I just finished up watching NXT In Your House TakeOver. And as always, NXT TakeOver, well, it took over. It always delivers. Now, is this the best takeover I've ever seen? Absolutely not. But big news breaking at the end of the night. Regal says it's time for a change after all these years that he's taken over. As always, if you like this video, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. That way you never miss a video when I drop them. And it comes straight from the heart, folks. So this ain't no professionally done lab. It's a fan talking to other fans, opening things up for discussion here on the YouTube channel. This is a shoot. So at the end of the main event, which it was a stellar main event, I learned a couple things from this main event. One thing I learned, Karrion Kross was getting kind of pushed as a babyface, but now that the fans were in attendance, more live fans, it seems like the fans want him to be a heel. They're booing him. Johnny Gargano, who's been playing a heel for all of 2020 and still into 2021, the fans were fully behind him as well. I didn't hear no boo, so you heard the Gargano chants. It was a fatal five-way, which, when's the last time that you've seen a fatal five-way? I know what everybody's thinking. Get into the Regal bit. I'm going to get there. But we need to get, there's a step that we have to cross first. No pun intended to Karrion Kross. The match was phenomenal. A fatal five-way. When you've ever heard an interview of any podcast or any type of interview with wrestlers, most times their least favorite match is a triple threat match or a fatal four-way, because there's so many spots, so many places that they have to remember to be at. Stone Cold Steve Austin wasn't a fan of them. Booker T is not a fan of them. Kurt Angle is not a fan of them. A lot of the older wrestlers, the veterans that talk about what they used to do, they're not a fan of the old triple threat. So I can only imagine how difficult it had to have been to do what these five men do. Karrion Kross, Johnny Gargano, Adam Cole, baby, Pete Dunne, and Kyle O'Reilly. Yeah, right. All the spots they had to remember and to put on that type of performance. And at the point where they had me fully believing, even though I went into that match going, Karrion Kross is going to win this, it's too soon for him to lose the title, NXT still managed to hook me in. When Kyle O'Reilly had Adam Cole hooked in that submission hold, and Adam Cole was, he was this close to submitting, and then Karrion Kross hits him with his finisher, Into the Darkness, I think it's called. Correct me if I'm wrong. My God, I was hooked, line, and sinker. I went down with the boat. They had me believing Kyle O'Reilly was about to get that W and hold that championship up high. Everything that I knew going into that match was gone. I was drawn in. They did the same thing in a match earlier that night, and I'm going to talk about that match tomorrow because I have some theories and I want to see how social media reacts. That all being said, Regal, a future WWE Hall of Famer, a man that came from WCW. I believe he said it was 8 years. Might have been 10, but I'm pretty sure it was 8. That he had taken over NXT. And all throughout the night, there was nothing but chaos. He was constantly breaking up fights. From Kyle O'Reilly and Johnny Gargano in the parking lot, to Karrion Kross and Pete Dunne backstage, Ember Moon, Shotzi Blackheart, Rochelle Gonzalez, and Dakota Kai after their match. It was just chaos backstage all night. And Regal, after being interviewed, he said, after 8 years, this has been the worst night of chaos and pandemonium, of breakouts. I'm paraphrasing a little bit. He didn't say all those things. And I think it's time for a change. And he turns around and walks straight out into the dark parking lot, hinting at the man's retirement. I think I read something some time ago where he talked about wanting to retire, fully retire. I gotta be honest with you. That man is one of the most underrated men in this world of sports entertainment. He's one of the most underrated wrestlers, one of the most underrated talents, one of the most underrated superstars who ever laced up a pair of boots. The man is a legitimate tough guy. There's a lot of good wrestlers. There's a lot of guys that portray tough people on TV, but there's very few in the wrestling world who are legitimately tough. And he has that old school UK wrestling type background. If this is the last time that we're going to see Regal, and we're going to see him again probably on NXT this week where he's going to make his announcement if he's going to retire or not. If this is going to be the end, the fat lady's singing. They're playing the world's smallest violin. They kick the bucket. What a way to get everyone's attention. And I hope the man gets the respect which he deserves. There ain't nobody in the world who can say that man couldn't wrestle. There can't be. Go back and watch his older stuff. Go back and watch when he was in his prime. You tell me he couldn't wrestle. There's nobody out there that's more underrated. At least he's one of the most underrated people who's ever laced up a pair of boots, like I said. I'm very interested to see what's going to happen now. They left you with that cliffhanger. They left you wondering, oh my God, is Regal about to retire? And he's one of those people that, you know what? He gets overlooked until now, because I overlooked him until now. And when I say overlooked, you just don't think he's just going to up and quit. You don't think the end was ever going to come. He's a general manager. He's not performing in the ring. But now you can't help but wonder, oh my goodness, is this it? Is this going to be the end of Regal? As far as being on screen as a general manager for NXT. And if it is, I highly suggest you get that man a Hall of Fame ring. That's really all I got to say about that. The main event was fire. The whole pay-per-view was fire. The opening match was great. Like I said, I'm going to talk about this stuff tomorrow. But I felt like it was very urgent that I get this video out there for everybody to see. And like I said, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Tell me what you think of the pay-per-view as a whole. What you thought of Regal's announcement or possible announcement of retirement. All in the comments below. I want to thank you all for tuning in and have a great night.